Ti media ne de enye entertainment se me ya dabi mesra muka anka bia my lawyer dwuma achi obi kura se o de TikTok na wo ye enya TikTok kwan a mefa so a nipa bebre ebe tine yakoso enti mesra mo me enye se me ya ne TikTok bi se ne se be kafrache binum ya bedidi sekuru ana bedidi be kansenti amanfo da bi be de ne nya no bi adenti na ma yesese wo de wo no ne me ka no wonte ase wo mpem nkekiri mu a memma platform so kora se wo babeti ho ne ope se we yaka we be yese ye be ye we ye ko yese we yaka we yatia we ya dabi. And I think that it's a forum and a platform oba unya ensem tie unya ensem ehu pa. For instance, I me a program bi wo wontumi. Na sangana fo no bebre betimi akase be 99%. Sir Vada Medase from Frankfurt. Sir, mo se mo call social media no ote atasa entime ye na obi host no eka na obi sam se matisa nam se mati no se minim nam se why not minimum background no atasa no se ne ba ye nie ayamampon ha ya College of Education na omo bobo na boba akono ye friend ata na tanya ball no ogu anim na chese uhwa efua se atashe nti ball no bae no a to ata na so no nka ata na se nka ogina ball no so na chese wanya ne very easy in fact wa wo hwe I think what happened team being a Brazilian player be Enora onya opportunity be I think was it onya opportunity be I think Newcastle. I think it was Newcastle. Yes, I think was it Newcastle. Yes, I think so. Newcastle versus Liverpool. Bobby Bama Brazilian player be boya anti eno na attack ye na attack na attack down for be jira goal na chi onya chi ono hwe ball no bi na sabi wat Africa kra not atawasan that is all that brought about this atasa and nipa bibiri abeji atum. Of course anya me platform we na wo hwa obeda wanya sa history into this atasa it is only my platform wonya no history book biam wonya no babiam enti na me se oba na oba mtiemia na wanya mtoboase menka se one menya adwene betutie bi ye wie so abia wodi message be ma me so besua bibi afriu mu but enye se me de entertain se wadwen se me de be entertain dia ene obenya MPP for building platform and obenya NDC for building platform. So until that time na me ka atem asema obi ani di atema ebinu si ade na me comment on that. I must because it's not a platform for entertainment. It is a platform for serious education. Yes, yehu the party. Sani aya amre bia me ye no me ye abakosem ema sema ba menka abakosem. Enra na was Sashi anwiaso for di Leo festival na Sashi anwiaso no abakosem wo mu se omo abakoma busua no nsia ansa na be Sashi manhene no na wo ye abakoma hene wo enkroni biso enkonya ni biso it is only the 6 omonko na man akanfo no nyina no omo abakoma hini nsia na akonya no to a esese omo yi bi free sa abakoma ayin etia wo di wo mafa hye no leo afa hye no ena ano ho so abakosamo ba ko a mede ebema. But history and tradition has it said Sashi anwea so the royal family no nyina bebre no omo ye denkyerafo. As to why how that is true or not, well, ne minimum no ne makai ne mate nti na ne omo dia no te se dagomba fo dagomba no so for better say in fact about 300 years ni mfie be ya hasen ansa na obaba be ya na no je se bia wo ye hene wo savlugu karaga anamion savlugu karaga anamion ansana akonya no to ya na no to aye vacant no na mu baako ababe ya na nti se mu baako no be ya na so frimio ana savlugu ana karaga akonya na be vacant nti no ma pebia wa. So among the Dagombas for the past 300 years or so, unya mio nana unya karaga nana anasa savlugua, you cannot become a yana, and they have respected this for so many years. So additionalia yeah no. And lastly, niamaba mu dite kakra Akwamu. Mwate Akwamu fonka ebinim soso nteni ye. Mwate Akwamu fonka Akwamu fon ebinim kura te branch bite, and they came to settle at Suntreso in Kwaman. Satem no na Asante Mae. So they settled at Suntreso. Now the Akwamu fono abakosem no ye Akwamu awo ni ewo Eastern region awo mohene ne odene ho kwafo akotomu o hwe wo abakosem. The first Akwamu manhene Nana Ofrobo was in 1500 ana Akwamu akonya no manhene edinkan na wo mon kroso ma babia wo mo now no. In fact, history has it said omo ye enkronu that been etimokwa in central region. Now Akwamu akonya no ni ya womunu gina akonya omdidi akonya no ya fani ya wakuto mo amwohwe me no se meka ya dini die akonya na edini gina akonya no a me mpesa mekom deep. You are doing history and tradition. Now be kai binum ya bebe so benka bebe de no te say asantefo a wo se dokopem yewe asanto. So benka ye wo mon kan ye nti no me nyeme kan se be de yakuto ya ansreba yakuto ne be de gina akonya no me kanu sa ifra no ntoma sa mo beti ase. Now womo ko na womo ani edene womo fra atimokọ ekọ no na womo ani edene womo no be hia bia womo be defeated womo are very brave enti no na efro ahefo na te se Akwamu kafo ono male ka Akwamu kafo a mfa nte se robbery armed robbers. So ai wenum dia te se Akwamu kafo ena di Akwamu eba eno. Now we must stay at Nyanwase no. I think Nyanwase today will be either Eastern region, Eastern region or Greater Accra. It will be Eastern region, Nyanwase. Because Nyanwase no, ufri ho na wo ba nsawamu a. Emunwa. So, nsawamu num ne adwagire num nyina no were parts of the Akwamu. But no mo Nyanwase. Ufri nsawamu na so asaman kese num nyina no asare na man kese. Asaman kese ye asare. Owura na ochekire na asare. Na man kese e na be frɛ no asaman kese. In fact, history has it so nyina became part of the Akwamu land. Na wo mo manfo eni abrofo no enhia nidwa. So they were in between. Ebe de na so be free ase ha sei akodu pona no akwakodidwa. Akwamfo na mpene because ono koto no sei no beto no a wanya ho kakra. Oto no ha soso. No koto no wo mpo ano a. And so nya ho kakra. So they were the middlemen. And they had a lot of vast land. So from first to 1500, it was in 1733. So 233 years. And now, omni Akuapem for Ntokwano. Ama Akuapem for nya upper hand. No mo pushi wo mo mbe crosso. Nsuo no ba Eastern region a air water no. Eastern region air water no. Eti Akwamufo no bebre akosombo no ma akosombo ene ho no nyina na ya Akwamufo nsase. Now war no a dislocate wo mo no eye wo mo ni Akuapem for war of 1733. Asa war no so na ma Akuapem krom late mamfe awokugwa bosomase na kikabom kikabom. And the Akuapems had superior military might. No more modern soldier. Go woman access to the coast. Nti atuo de no munya atuo pa. Wamukra to atuo free abrofo no wa. No ma beton tuo no. And slavery so the slaves in Babidrusia. No one I thought they call. So they were very good traders. And here Akwamune Akuapem for Ntokwano na ma achima buakwafo ema Akuapem for troops. O me de konsa Ntokwano a ema wo mutimi chesi wo mo ama wo mo about this part of Ghana. Now, history and tradition, actually say, be crosso yeno, Akuapem for na pambe no, be crosso yeno, be koyeno, na nipa wo. In fact, there were ever settlers been more. There were some ever settlers. So Ghana history no na mama ye nya daje anhwe antie anhwe ni na ya temdidie. Wanya nokra obwa wonka bi mai wato no wadwene biato. It's so ridiculous. So now there's all make us Akwamufo na to me. Minim kwafa koto mi nhia no da. Minim mate makenka mi nhia no say da. And so will say batom anaya to me. But me can back or some na me say wunya obia. You cannot have them in the history books, facts. Unya no baby. Anti wantie mi wa bakose mudi a wahwere. Aniama bebre. So in 1733 na Ntokwa ya wo cross. Lisa forget. Abakosam kire se tema na Akuapem for na pam wo mo na afi de Ntokwa na afro Akwabufo no be pam be no. A be pese be cross no. Ni be hu ya anse kokote. Be ya duru nsum na kokote abedi wo manim. Nti kokote na edi wo manim a wo mutware frawo no. Be bia kokote na me duru ana frawo no ate aye mu abai. Eti abuka abakosam no ye hwe ni ye pa anka Akwamu atrankonya na de hye bia ni hobewe kokote na onwe prakoso na de minim eja sabatu agumudia but ye me kan si se eye o mabakosem now sana me ka se o mokoye no na binim ho na aboabofo ho group of people the 1733 ko na aboabofo na very settlers so I think there was another dampunya for so no be ho. I think the impression should not be created say Sabekoye no benko an bekoye na asase nda ho yantam. Once again, I'm for we in Ghana history no. Whether it is the Gonja or whether it is the Mamprusi or the Dagomba, no nyina no. Baby abebeko bia no na nipa binim wo. Whether even if it is the Brekum, Memfa Brekum, so it was after the 1818 Adinkra war no. Ena Brekum adehye omo tena koraso no. Brekum adehye tena koraso no. Na nipa binim wo biadan ene sena say. People were there. Human settlement. Na nipa wo. So you can history no in Ghana, let's be very honest. Baby bia ni wa ukoya no man's land. Baby bia ni wa ukoya danya na nipa ho. When we are talking about say akokase mkranza asante. Na asante hene de na ba kodue ho no de ayampa. But na nkokra miensa ne ba ho. But na anyamfu manum dokro nkwantanum nyina na nipa tete ho. So the Ayaka Felicia Ben says the royal family no maybe a be free her a call her the royal family and they see if still regional baby or addition now a dear Kunya now be to call ye Achem Kotoku say Wamufra Sante Achem a call ye no now Pankese or Pankese there's the town no more. No more. So, if you go to Water region, every part of Ghana, royal family, wherever they migrated from, be free by na nipa I can afford you free. Asian Ghana, and now having so ridiculous. And you're not correct. Having so ridiculous. No proper historian will be talking like that. No proper historian will be talking like that. Even in the nature, even in 1733, when the Akwamu Nyana Wase Adriana across Kohano, people were there. Over. Like even we are talking about Ashanti Kingdom. When Ashanti Kingdom about Asante Mamba 1700, not a four. Na Makumu ho. Na Joshua ho. Na Antoine ho. Abuja wo ho. Herman na Herman wo ho. Adumakase kase na a lot of towns. Lot of towns. So we need to learn and learn. Justice Barnes, Commander Justice Barnes, we need to learn and learn more. And perhaps stop people insulting you. Now coming back to the Akwamu no. So in the Akwamu history, like I said, the first chief was 1500. So from 1500 to 1733 is the Yansre. Then wamu cross by into wamu go do amika binim be join wamu. So some other families got assimilated. Ebinum betena ye ma wamu beka. Na bakwa odi mu akotrepa ya abotwe asefo. So the kwafa koto Akwamu hene na ho se sie no. Se sie Akwamu hene na ho no. Onye yansre nyina wase aduanafo no bia da kwafa koto na no eya aboabo ya abotwe aduana asefo no bia aboabo ya abotwe aduana asefo no bia. And they don't rotate. They don't rotate. Well, from 1887 to 1992, na Paramount Chiefs of Mabama Akwamu no 6. 1887 to 1992, na Paramount Chiefs of Mabama Akwamu no 6. Yansere nkwase fo ye miensa. Asantema de hye met awase. Yansere asefo nkwa ye miensa. Ya botwe aseni bi ka ho. Enna somati abakose bi asomani bi na okoto abroforo prum wo osu castle no. Oye akwamuni baransomani eya aboabofo ni bia. But aboabofo no kwa sampaim, omo sampaim ema asomani group no ba. So from the 1887 to 1992 no, yansere nya miensa asomani fo ase baako ebediye. Ya abotwe so amsa baako ana mienu ebediye. So that is the history of the Akwamu. Yenwi Akwamu. The yansere ene ya botwe nyina no aduanafo no almost start ya botwe de amma nsuo ya botwe no wo they were there, but the original, the typical Akwamus who moved from Atimokwa to Nyinawase no yansere fo no. And the typical Aduana Akwamus who moved to Atimokwa no, history has a say omona ye asumijafo no. Omona ye asumijafo no. So if you look at the Akwamu now, so when you onim abakosem no pa te seme na o papa mu se ya. When we abakasa kwafa kuto sisi ye. Kwafa kuto aya Akwamuni simplicity na obeka no. But me aminimu no kwafa kuto ye Akwamu hene, Akwamu man hene, ode no kwafa kuto Akwamu man hene. Osanya aduanani, but oye ya abotwe aboabo aduanafo no ya. Onye yansere Nyinawase Atimokwa asumija aduanafo no bia. I think I made a distinction clear. It's a very complex thing. But in your team, and I record we know what could and said one here Samson Quati Medawase. As a quadria boasso Medawase. Baby acknowledge that's my clothes with the young Cassam and Pewasam, but as I saw a baban comono, Margine, Mrs. Sanama Medawase, Margine Befriso, intimis row. So, o send them in Chiana, Mamudina. Nkasa mi refu and bet no wanya meeting Debia metaka Debia metaka say abakosem no wo me nhwe na nka ne ya. Now look, Akwamu yansere asefo na esi hene in 1500 nana football or nana okofo 1500, and they agree history no pie. Some agree that they are from Asumija. Some also are saying some from Sudan, Asian, not ancient Sudan, Sudan na wahano from Sudan na Khartoum Sudan no namwa no be pia Timokwa. Whichever way you look at it, that's the history. But the bottom line is that the ya answer Adriana Nyinawase Akwamufoɔ no bebre trezi wa mo background no eba Asumija ha and that Asumija aduana PC no ya botwe aboabo Akwamu aduana. They also acknowledge the fact say womo ancestral home ground any Asumija. It is all better in recent times on Kwafa Kutu. Na coming an yes, he's right. Whichever way, whichever angle you take it, Adriana, and Asumija is there. Asumija is the traditional home. Asumija is the traditional. Now, people think say you rotate, no, you rotate. Now, people think say Kwafa Kutonua Odia Konyano for almost 55 years no we no. O we no na we buy. That is never correct. No rule for 55 years. In fact, the longest 7 Akwamu hene from 1500 no. Ebesi na de dua 2010 November 2025. The longest one was the OD 55 years. Who died, I think, in around 1992 or so. Now, you know, Akonya prepare by Yan Sarase for no cofa Chiramatin, Emano, Ebedia Conyano. Yes, Chiramatin Bedia Conyano. So, Chiramatin Bedia Conyano, Amanson Betacre. Tiamanson, a crase for a brofo, a betacre. Tiamanson betacre. So, one side will say, Chiramatin dia Conyano. Another side will also say, Chiramatin dia Conyano. But whichever way you look at it, the Supreme Court has accepted such Chiramatin dia Conyano. So, yeah, no one. So, Supreme Court waka yeah, no one. So, Chiramatin dia. Now, they don't want to say, ya bouquet. Asini na Akwamu manyane. But where the mama personal observation. Personal observation. I believe that so share the Supreme Court case in one. Dino 28 May, I think May 2022. Yeah, I think so. May 2021. So mitimi shankoma commercial come say manu wa chirichiri nyame mpamu nyame mfasamba se ekoba se manu wa chirichiri nyame mpamu nyame mfa odeno kwa afa koto ho sisi yi ada kromekwa akochia no oni ho a yansrase fo no emma konya no nko bibia bi wombeje wo makonya titro abrowatia love song abrowatia love song womno ye yansre nyina wase aduana atimokwa esumija aduana akwamufo no I foresee that and it is good, it will be possible. And it is possible. Etina Akwamu abakosema ene deduyai. So like I said, Akwamu, whether it is yansre or yabukwi as a form, or recognize Kumawu and Bompata as Benuya. Bompata as Benuya. Enti whether it is yansre the abuabu for no who never came to Nyinawase. But look, even in 18 something, one of the Akwamu ahemfo bi ba ya na me papa ena na free ya botwe fie na ne maame ye eve na ne maame ye eve But obedi akonya. It was 18 something. Ano de na nyanka kan for no de ikura. Beninu papa from tin. His mother was an ever. Obedi akonya. And it became possible. It became possible. Because there were series of Tokwa from 1992, actually, Matimba and Tokwa, Akwafa Kutubedi, or the non Tokwa. The National House of Chief settled and said, look, you said it's a peculiar situation, so we should allow or the non Kutu. And that position now, National the Supreme Court, speaking through Nene Amekache. May 2022 Jitum say yam fanos seni ye beto ye asomdwe ebeba. So na ene abakwasem na me de mam wo Akwamu no. Like we go on, there will be more abakwasem. Maybe next week yatenkwamu a nepa bebrate kwawu na nsan ahensem bebre bi na yachi obi yanchi obi abduct obi yakidnap obi. Maybe next week ame boana etenkwamu a maybe I'll talk about that. My presentation no enye ba me betena kan menye bias towards ya answerefo no atimokwa nyina wase na menye bias against aboabo ya abotwe ode ne ho kwa fakutu all throughout my submissions and presentation obi a wetie bibia bi o ha no prejudice mind onye obeka onyase obeka nti I don't take interest in that. If I present it, that is it. You may hold a contrary view. Obejimadi, Obejimini, Onyai, Drusu, that was Obejimadi, Onyimeni, but I present it. So people should stop na Moyedini Kabi. And I don't do that. Look, I am a disciplined person. I need to encourage people. I say, my mom, only my mom for a woman, and ya jay abako semoni come. Finally, maybe we are so many. What are so many no call castle no koto to abrofu puno. Safuano or whether the castle no safuano or the buy. So and then safuano Akwamu fuano ho. Asomani Safuana Okoto Castle. Is there? The keys are still there. Akwamu Fono. In honesty, I've never been to that part. Akosombo, Apesokobi, Numbosum, Anumbosum, then Akwamu once. I think in course of addition, dear, and the Churami, as a semi cohonum in an Amicosian dear. I'm a career Asomani statue. I'm a career Asomani statue. So, history, yes. Remember politics, kakra.